Spoiler warning? Figured everyone in the free world has seen the Avengers at least 2 times by now. By the time you get to my lucky number, hopefully you have a greater understanding of what's going on. I understood it from the first time of watching it, but let's talk about it. Now, a lot of people want to know certain answers to certain questions. Mainly, is this live? Yes, it's live. Now, let's get into what are we really talking about here? Captain America. Well, this is the Screen Feed account. You should be getting a notification for Screen Feed. Now, there's another question I get a lot of. How did they return the stone? It don't make any sense. I don't understand it. How is Captain America old? Exactly. That's right. That's right, Banky. Now, here's the scenario, and here's what's happening. Okay. Captain America was, because of what happened with Tony, he was entrusted to deliver the stone. Hawk was in no condition to go anywhere. So Cap went back to clip all the branches. I want to know, how did he put the ether back into into the girl on Asgard, a place he's never been. That would have been even more difficult. But I guess they say, look, just know Cap put everything back. People talking about the Soul Stone. I'm thinking about the ether. Can you see Captain America? I'm sorry, man. I'm Captain America. I got to put this back in you. Hold still. Now, the bigger situation or the bigger question here that everybody seems to be missing, that is bizarre to me, is like, how's everybody missing this? But the biggest question that everybody seems to be missing in this whole equation is about Cap. And how did that mess up the timeline by him deciding to stay? Let me go over that. Cap went in the ice, right? So you would say they were two Captain Americas walking around when Cap went back in time. But that wasn't the case. When exactly. When Cap went back in time, let me explain to you what happened. Cap went back in time. This is exactly how it went down. He went back to return the stones. The soul stone's gonna have mystery. But after he returned the stones, he decided to stay. Cap did not stay at a time when you guys think. When Cap went back and returned, and they show you in the movie when he went to get the particles, he had to return the PIM particles as well, because that might be a timeline. Hank Pym gave particles that he borrowed that he had in his lab. They made some new particles for him to travel back in time to do the returning of the stones. He had to return Thor's hammer and the particles. Remember when he went and got the particles the first time when he was in the phone? He stopped in the office and he saw Agent Carter and he stopped in his tracks and was thinking about what if he was having that what if moment. So when he went back and returned all the stones, after he returned the last one, which was the Tesseract, and he had the PIM particles, he put all those things back where they were supposed to go. Once this was accomplished, he decided to stay with Agent Carter. So from 1970, he decided to stay. And nobody, he wouldn't be interfering with the other Captain America because that Captain America is under the ice. You see? So while he was out, Cap was out doing this thing there. About time in 2000, whatever, when they found the other Cap under the ice, that's a whole nother situation. And when they tried to bring him back, it didn't work. He blew past his timestamp. It's because he stayed. And he ended up there because he came there because he knew at that day, at that moment in time, what was happening on that day. So he was sitting there and he brought the shield with him. See, I notice a lot of things when it comes to this. Like, when did they buff out T'Challa's T'Challa's claw marks? When did Tony buff those out the armor, and how did he do that? The shield is made of vibranium, just like T'Challa claws. When he clawed Cap's shield with his claws, why it those marks? How did they just disappear for this movie? When he gave Cap the shield back, it was all clean. I'm like, how did Tony even? Whatever. We being too picky. Why they didn't give Black Widow a funeral? She had one when they sat around in that little pond thinking about it. Plus, she's a spy. Why would you give a spy a funeral? They get a private ceremony. They mourned her. Plus, it's not like they seen her die. They might be a way to bring her back. So even though he has the super serum in him, it doesn't stop him from aging. The fact that he was frozen in ice kept him the same age for all those years he was frozen under the ice. Yeah, it was used on Gamora. And if he returned the stone, maybe Gamora got returned. I mean, what's her name was returned? Black Widow. Well, we all have to wait and see. Yeah, I know. You never know. That's why he says he doesn't want to talk about that. It was one thing I didn't understand. Who was that kid when they were showing all the people at Tony's funeral? Who was this one kid that I couldn't even figure out who the hell he was? I'm like, who the hell is that? You know how they was going past everybody and it was just one kid standing by himself? That wasn't Spider Man. Spider Man was standing with everybody else. That was the Iron Man 3 kid? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They finna bring him back? Because I was wondering, I seen the movie 5 times and I'm trying to place him. He was that annoying little kid from Iron Man 3. So he's gonna end up being the new Tony Stark. Okay, I got it. I see what they're gonna do. Well, Galactus is the new guy that's gonna be in part 5. I haven't done the video yet, but I know the script for the next 3 Avengers movies, and it's gonna be huge, huge. Oh, we've seen nothing yet. What they got laid out, we've seen nothing yet. We thought this was a good movie and all this. Wait till you see part 5, because there's a major plot point people have forgotten and not thinking about. And oh boy, is it coming. So the destroyer of worlds is coming. A lot of people I know didn't like it because I knew they were gonna the certain characters you like, you want to see them do something, and they didn't do it. And that was the Hulk. They were not viewing this as a movie, as a combined movie altogether. That is a finale and a continuation from a last movie. This is part Infinity War and Endgame together. So you're continuing this story. So it's not like a regular setup of a movie. You already know what happened in the first part. So they're not explaining that all over again. You're just called into the start off somber. Everybody's all in a somber state. So it's a lot of dialogue. They have the one little action scene in the beginning that was very small with Thanos. Then there's a large part of no fight. None. No real action scenes. It becomes like a spy Mission Impossible movie. And that's why the original script was called Gauntlet before it was exposed. It was accidentally leaked that Gauntlet was the name of the movie. It was Infinity War and Gauntlet because they were basically all going on a gauntlet to get Infinity Stone. Well, Hulk took the place of Silver Surfer, and because Fox still has the rights to Silver Surfer, and that's going to be up in the air for a couple of more years. Um, you got Incredible Hulk took the place of him. I think the end more than made up for it. You had a lot of action at the end to pay off. It was going to be one big finale because this is a final film. So you want to make sure that's the all the fighting needs to be at the end of it. But you had plenty much of entertainment from the comedy, the Lionel Rama comedy that they had going throughout the film. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. It's gonna be incredible. Oh wow, dude, you shouldn't even been on this live because we've been just spoiling the whole movie for you. And I'm gonna get out of here though. Don't worry, I'm finna go on my Casino for Life page and get down.